Hello, we are Craig and Janice, and welcome back to Cruising Off Duty. And this summer, we took our vacation and circumnavigated around Lake Ontario. And we're heading west and taking you along with us. And in the previous episodes, you saw we found two beautiful protected little harbors, one in a town called Cobourg, or a city, and another one in a city called Pickering. Both were great and both were free because you just anchor in the middle of these protected harbors, which is awesome. And now in the last episode, you saw that we hit the jewel of what we wanted to get to, Toronto, the biggest city in Canada. And that's where this episode's going to take over. We're going to say farewell to Toronto as we head west to our next stop, which is Oakville. Now, you're going to wonder, well, Toronto's got so much going on. Why did you kind of blow through it? We were actually there for 4 days, but I don't want to spend a lot of time filming Toronto at this point because after we go all the way around Lake Ontario to Niagara, Canada, we can't go any further east into the United States water because of COVID. So at that point, we had to cross back across Lake Ontario and we hit Toronto a second time. This time we do a little more land exploring. We get out on our folding bikes and explore Toronto Island and other things. So you're going to get more of Toronto in a future episode, including this dilemma where we're in our beautiful anchorage here, looking at the Toronto skyline, just enjoying life, when all of a sudden we found out our anchor was stuck on debris on the bottom.
This better work. We're out of ideas.
The pink noodle is the sexiest part.
And we're all chain, and we don't own a hacksaw or bolt cutters to cut our chain. So we were going to be stuck there indefinitely unless I dove down, tried to figure out what it was tangled on, and got it unstuck. Stressful to say the least, and especially because we could see dark clouds looming and we knew the winds were probably going to pick up. And who knows what our anchor was going to get tangled around then. So you can look forward to seeing that on the future episode when we hit Toronto on the way back east. And yes, we did learn from this. We now have bolt cutters on our boat because I could barely dive down to that anchor. And if it had been any deeper, I wouldn't have been able to. It was a long and tiresome process, and I'm glad we got out of that and we learned from it. Check that out later. But for this episode, let's kind of have the tail end of our first trip to Toronto on to Oakville. Hopefully you enjoy. Stay tuned.
Weigh anchor and hoist the sail.
So just to catch you up, in the last episode we were at Hanlan's Beach during Canada Day and it was just pandemonium, so many boats. Well, we go back the next day when Jake brings two of his female friends from college out, and it's always fun to do this. If you have a boat, sailboat especially, and you bring out people that have never been sailing, look on their face is priceless. It's such a great feeling to bring people out who've never experienced sailing. So we did that. We sailed around to Hanlan's Beach. Janice is here showing them how to paddleboard, hoping to get them out. Surprisingly enough, our son Jake has never been paddleboarding, and I have that kind of relationship with him where we just love to razz each other, so I had a lot of enjoyment watching him wiping out.
Jake's first attempt at paddleboarding. I want somebody on a Sea-Doo to go by him now. Oh yeah, nothing makes me happier than watching Jake wipe out. Come on, Jake. Oh, here comes the waves. Here comes the waves. Put your paddle on first. It's not cold at all. Here comes the waves. Stand up before the waves. He's dedicated. Gotta give him that. I know. Jeez. Yeah, he picked it up fast. I was hoping he was going to wipe out like 3 times trying to get out. Good job, Jake. I just love it. Good little baby ducks on our floaty chairs. Hello, baby ducks. Don't poop on our chairs. Don't you poop on our chairs. So cute. So cute. He fell into the inner part. That's hilarious. Oh, look at him trying to get back up. Oh, Jesus, that's funny. The other one's like, I want to get back up on the floaty stuff.
Before ending this perfect day and dropping them off at their cars, we brought them to our favorite anchorage. This is the spot you can see the sunset over the city skyline. We loved this spot until in the future it tried to steal our anchor. But yes, for this night, it still was the perfect anchorage.
Okay, welcome back. We spent, 3 days now in Toronto? 4? Are we on our 4th, 3rd or 4th?
This is our 4th day. We had 3 full nights.
So we had Canada Day here. Actually, yeah, we
got here on the 29th.
Yeah. And we did Canada Day with your son, Jake. It was a good time. Then he brought a couple of friends on the day after Canada Day. We had fun again. So many places to anchor in Toronto, which I didn't expect. So many beaches. It's an awesome place.
Lots of beaches.
Lots.
I don't know if we pointed out the no clothing optional beach to you that we anchored beside a couple times. But yesterday when I had my son and his friends, there were a lot of naked people. Like I never knew there was a nude beach in Toronto, and I've been coming here for decades.
No.
So I learned something.
Interesting.
Something interesting.
Yeah, it's a busy beach. So now we're on our way to Oakville, right?
Yes, Oakville.
So it's supposed to be very pretty. We're going to pass Mississauga. We're going to do about 26 nautical miles. Again, no wind like our usual, everything that's happened on our trip. It's been beautifully sunny, but no wind. So yeah, we are just motoring through a little passage here in Toronto. We're leaving, and I'll show it to you. And yeah, it'll take us about, if we take our time, about 6 hours. Let me just show you the city. So there's the CN Tower and Rogers Centre, and of course, the whole skyline. It's been beautiful. Can't say enough good things about coming to Toronto if you're a boater.
Here's a more unobstructed view of the CN Tower. That's that signature building that everybody recognizes as Toronto. It's so tall that you're going to be able to see that even when we're a long, long way from Toronto on Lake Ontario, but it's pretty cool to see. That dome beside it is called Rogers Centre. It used to be called the Sky Dome. That's where the Blue Jays play baseball. And if you're from some other part of the world and you want to come visit Canada, I don't think you can go wrong coming to Toronto. It's A, that's the biggest city in Canada. B, it's very clean considering it's the biggest city in Canada. It's very multicultural, so there's lots of different things to experience. And yeah, it's Canadian, so you know we're going to be friendly. Anyways, come check it out, and if you do, maybe go on a boat tour if you don't have a boat or a friend with a boat locally, because it's nothing like seeing Toronto from the water.
Okay, we are just leaving Toronto. You can probably see it in the distance there. We are going to be motoring about 16, 17 miles to Oakville. So I've never been there either. We're going to be passing places like Mississauga. Once you get into the Toronto, Greater Toronto area, there's just so many cities packed together that you could just keep stopping at each one, but you know, want to do some progress before we stop again. Toronto back there was amazing. So many places to anchor, which surprised me, and so many beaches. So you can anchor on front of Cherry Beach or Hanlan's Beach, which is right back here. That was the clothing optional beach that we were at yesterday with Jake and his two friends. Yeah, they're all great. Just depends on which direction the wind's blowing, whether you want it to be cooler, have the wind on you, or you want to get warmer and be protected from a different beach where the wind's going over land first. But anyways, I would definitely say anybody who has a boat, sailboat or whatever, and want to make the journey to Toronto, you're really going to like it. There's a lot to do. And we didn't even do the touristy stuff. We could have gone to shore and gotten our bikes and biked around and done a lot of shopping and touristy stuff, but we're busy with Canada Day festivities and having guests on board, so good times. So there's Mississauga. I believe that's Mississauga. You can see the buildings, and then it's just like building after building after building, and we're heading down there, probably right about there, to Oakville. So not much wind, as you can see. A few people got their sails up, but it's we're doing 5 knots motoring, and there's only 9 knots apparent, so probably about 4 or 5 knots of actual wind today. Okay, I am mistaken. That is Etobicoke, which is obviously very, very close to Toronto. In fact, I think it is officially in the city of Toronto. A couple of sailboats out here with sails up. I tried it. Not enough. Not enough wind. Barely move. So I have my Genoa up. We are motor sailing. These people obviously are just out social sailing because they're willing to try. They're not, that guy's obviously going straight out into Lake Ontario, so he's got no place to go in particular. But yeah, it is what it is. We'd love to sail to our next port of call, but oh, there's Janice. Say hi, Janice. She's been doing dishes down below. Beautiful day on Lake Ontario, but sad lack of wind. Okay, you get those days where it's calling for no wind. You're just going to assume you're going to motor quite a bit. Well, today was one of those days we assumed we were going to motor, but we've been able to sail almost all the way from Toronto. Look at this. The wind has been kind of shifty. One time it was on my port side, now it's on my starboard, but we've been getting pretty consistent wind, which is great to see. We're already almost at Oakville. Nice to have a nice full sail. It's just the Genoa too, because we really thought we were going to be motor sailing at best, and then we threw it up and making good time. There's Janice, she had a nap.
I could not stay awake.
She could not stay awake, so I told her, go to the V-berth, have a nap. But we've been sailing nonstop, haven't had the engine on since
so nice.
right after we left Toronto. So we're almost there. So I got to confer with Janice about where we think we should stay for the night. We got options. Okay, Janice is up from her nap. We are almost.
I have a little Beauty sleep.
Beauty sleep. That's fine. It was an easy sail downwind, well, kind of on a beam. The Genoa going along at 4 to 6 knots. We're almost at Oakville, and we learned something. Of course, we've never been here before in any of these places with boats. There's actually 2 entrances, and they're both called Oakville. Well, actually, they throw you off because they all have this Oakville Yacht Club, yada yada. And then there's another entrance down here called Bronte Harbor, which is also, as you see on the maps, called Oakville. So now we had to decide which entrance of Oakville did we want. So we're going to stop in the first one. Just not stop, maybe just go in, look around. There is a public dock.
Peeking.
You know, we can, if there is space on the public dock, we'll pull up. But usually public docks have a limit of X number of hours. And then we're going to leave and go down to Bronte Beach here at the next one, here, and probably anchor there for the night. Because Janice, when she was a kid, used to go to Bronte Beach.
My aunt and cousins were in Oakville, so I used to come often as a kid. And Bronte Beach, Bronte Park, it's very beautiful. That's where we're going to stay.
So we'll check out both. It's been a gusty day, as you can see. One minute we're not sailing very fast, the next minute we're whipping along at over 6 knots with just the Genoa, and you can maybe hear the wind now. Oh, here we go. Here's a gusty. It's happening.
Stuff is going to fall.
Of course, it always happens when you're almost ready to go into a port. So it's just what sailing's all about, being prepared for the inevitable gust. You can see it's gotten windy enough now. We got sailors out too, which is, I'm not the only one out here. All right, I should put the camera away. We got to get ready.
So we're entering the first little Oakville marina. It's a little beach with nobody on it on either side of this little entrance.
Now, when you watch this footage, you're probably going to wonder how you hear myself and Janice so clearly, and that's because we're wearing wireless lavalier microphones, so you hear both of us equally, which is awesome. And then Janice, who's not the smoothest camera person, if you've ever watched some of our previous videos, will be panning very smoothly, and that's because the camera is actually on a motorized gimbal, the Feiyutech AK4500, which I've mentioned before. It makes panning left and right super smooth. I got a funny feeling we're going to end up turning around and coming out of here.
It's kind of a little bit small in here.
Well, everybody's crammed in here too, huh? I don't like the med mooring.
They have fingers, but they're also med. Over here, there's med moors. Yeah.
I think everybody after the fingers is med mooring.
Hi. I guess they don't have a ton of room to work with.
Well, I guess you're right. These ones have fingers. Must be further down they have med. They are jammed in here, though. I like lots of boats.
Yeah, but the wells aren't super wide.
Visitors welcome.
Oh, yeah? Next dock.
Really?
Which is not free. I'm sure you gotta pay.
Maybe. There's a duck. There's a couple of ducks.
Oakville Yacht Squadron over there, and some other fancy brand building over here. The Oakville Club.
Yacht Club, probably.
It just says Oakville Club on the building.
I think the public dock was the one just before the bridge, and it looks full. So I think we're gonna have to turn around. Wow, they are really, look on the right here, they're so packed in. Like packed, like sardines.
Yeah, they're med moored there.
Check out, pan right, show how wide. Wow, some of the big boats are just really close together.
So med mooring's not for me, but I mean, I will if I have to. I see, so each mooring out there has got 2 boats tied to it.
Like some of these, the fenders are actually overlapping each other.
Yeah, they're right up against each other. Ah. That's a very nice looking club, though.
Yeah, very nice.
Fancy.
Okay, up here where this blue boat is ahead of us, check that out with the camera.
Okay.
That's supposed to be the public dock.
Okay, moving back over.
Behind that little boat, now there's no tie-ons over there, is there?
There's tie-ons behind this TSE. Yeah, there's tie-ons on the wall.
Is it deep enough though? Don't know. Okay.
We gotta turn around here. Motorboats only beyond this point.
Is that what it says?
Well, no, but there's a bridge.
Oh, I know that.
And there's nothing but motorbike boats over there.
I just didn't know if I could tie up in front of that blue boat.
Maybe. But we're not going to.
Okay. I will back up into this little hole behind us. I'm going to show them the camera.
Okay, we're going to do a 10-point turn. Back there.
Now, according to Navionics, it's very, very shallow in here, so I don't think I should go too far, or I might hit my keel. So this is the public dock right here on the left.
Room for 2 boats. And it's taken.
Should I try going in here?
But we don't have fenders on. I thought we're leaving.
Oh, okay.
It's going to peak.
We're leaving.
Peeking and leaving.
Peeking and leaving. Now you'll get a better view of that yacht club on the left.
It's their pump out dock. Pump out spot.
There's no fuel dock here though, is there?
Must be somewhere. It's probably in.
It does say visitors welcome next dock. I bet you they mean day visitors.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not free.
Well, or it might be free, but for the day.
These guys are all Medmoored.
And all these Medmoors that are empty right there.
How do you get off your boat?
Off the bow, or
I
do
know,
like this guy.
I thought Medmoorings were backing to the dock.
Yeah, it does. Well, like, you can do this like he does. If not, you got to go over the bow of your boat.
That's dumb.
Remember at Britannia that people
know.
would have boards that go up to the bow of the
Oh,
boat?
they got steps to climb over there.
Oh yeah.
That's dumb. No likey.
No, likey.
No.
Okay. All right. That's
Nice park. Nice
that's-
little park on the side here.
Now it does say, if you pan to the right here, this sign does say visitors
Visitors.
welcome. Or is it right there?
Yeah. That sign. Over there.
Visitors welcome next dock. But even there, I don't see any open spots on the next dock. So we would have been out of luck unless we tied to one of those temporary visitor docks. Okay, well, there you go. We've seen it.
Seen it.
We came, we saw, we conquered. Okay, we are going into the second Oakville entrance. Janice is steering while I film this time. That's their marina, and then there's a little teeny weeny skinny canal / river we're going to go up and explore. In all likelihood, there's nowhere for us to dock there. So what we're going to do is we're going to anchor in front of that beach there, Bronte Beach, and dinghy to shore and go shopping, grocery shopping. So yeah, Oakville Part 2. So you're
This
going
green one. Now, do I want it to be on my left or my right?
your left,
Okay.
red right returning. There's a bit of a dock over here. Oh, that's supposedly in shallow. I don't know if I believe it. I'm sitting back here by the wheel, but I'm not steering. I'm just giving Janice advice. Oh, it is very small in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very small.
Motorboat doesn't seem to care whether he's on the wrong side of it. Oh, he's actually.
Now I
You're
gotta go
going
to
left
the
of the
other
red.
side of that red. Okay.
So you're going to go
zigzag.
between him and the thing. So, yeah. So
Bronte
go to the left of the
Harbor.
red and then go to the right of that green. I think we're going to be turning soon. There's not as much to look at in
Like
here.
there's a huge rock over there, huge rock over there. I don't feel like we want to go in here at all.
All right. You want me to turn this off and help you?
Yes.
Janice is now in charge of
I
filming.
made him take over. I'm like, I'm not going in here. All I see is rocks everywhere. Look.
So the fact that there's a sailboat on that dock makes me confident that we can
Yeah.
get in here.
There's a dock about like our size-ish right there.
But, oh, I see. Then this canal kind of bends to the left past this green buoy. Again, like we told you in the past, we've never been to any of these places, so we're often just trusting Navionics that the depths they're telling us are correct. But you get a little freaked out when you see like your depths under, say, like 6 feet, and you know you draw 5. Doesn't leave a lot of room for error. Right now it's showing 10.5 feet, so we're okay. And when we were in Pickering, we were going into that bay and there was a lot of really, really shallow spots. So yeah, we can go left, but then we're kind of into somebody's marina. I'm thinking we turn around. Do you see any visitor docks though?
Nope, I see warning rocks on either side of that boat ramp, boat launch.
Okay. So,
Unless you can pull, is that thing like tie-onable?
yeah, according to Navionics it is. But is that at somebody's slip?
No idea.
No idea. All right.
I think it's public because that dock doesn't
Well, there's the stairs there though.
exit to the...
You mean this one right behind the
That
motorboat? Oh, that. Yeah, according to that, it looks like it's... Well, do we want to dock here or we want to go outside to the beach?
I want to go to the beach.
All right, we're turning around then.
Swinging it. Whee! Oakville Harbors Marina. Okay. Beneteau 46, that's a nice.
A duck better get out of my way.
So that was that harbor.
There were docks here or something that resembles docks.
Yeah. They don't look super maintained. Two of them are busted.
And they're way too short to be our kind of boat. The thing on the left is deep enough. See where the yellow
Yeah.
cleats are?
Yeah.
That's deep enough. If you want, we could pull on there.
We don't have fenders on.
Oh. Okay. I'm just saying, according to Navionics, that wall is deep enough. So we could tie there.
If it gets super windy out there
Yeah.
and anchoring sucks.
Now, this whole wall
in here.
along the left side is supposedly straight down deep. So not only is the spot on the right here not shallow, it's also got little metal shards sticking out of the wall. That's clearly do not tie to that thing. Well, it's a cute harbor, just not
Yeah.
very clear where you're allowed to temporarily dock. Okay, here we are anchored in Oakville in front of Bronte Beach. Let me just show it to you. That's Bronte Beach. Now, Navionics didn't officially say this was an anchorage, but we like the depth, around 9-10 feet. There were some areas that said mud, some areas that said sand, some areas said rock, so it's kind of hit and miss. We noticed this guy over there quite a ways out now. He's anchored, and just past those kayakers, that boat out there is anchored, so we figure, we're pretty safe. We anchored a lot further in because we want to go to shore. Now, at first we were thinking to get groceries, we want to get our dinghy and dinghy across to that cement/steel wall and bike from there. But the problem is the Sobeys grocery store is, you have to go all the way out, all the way down, over a bridge, and to get back in the Sobeys is like practically right there. So we thought instead we're going to go back in. We just wanted to make sure we could anchor here. Go back in, and that wall there, just in front of that glass building, there's a park, and they have cleats tied to that wall. And according to Navionics, that is deep enough. So we assume if we're just going to be there temporarily, that should be fine. There were no signs that say no tying to this wall, so we're going to try it. Go get our groceries. But beautiful, beautiful day. Not too windy, but this is the spot we'll probably anchor for the night to sleep. And we'll let you know how it goes. We're going to swim on our floaty chairs, and then when it cools down a bit, because it is rather hot, we'll do that trip to the store. So Janice says it's fabulous. I'm going to get in. I may not be in. Okay, that's the most important thing. Is the water warm? That's what I care about.
Yeah. We gotta pass you both drinks.
Okay.
You don't get in the water, you don't need a drink.
In your face, in your face. Good morning from Oakville.
Hey, it's Saturday.
All right, let's cut it off right there because we have so much fun in Oakville, biking around, exploring. So we're going to do that in the next episode. And you definitely want to watch the next episode because we have a little bit of a kind of spooky story going on. In the middle of the night while I'm sleeping at about 1:30 in the morning, a guy gets on our boat. I guess he didn't realize we were sleeping on it and clearly was trying to steal things. Anyways, more on that in the next episode. Love Oakville, but that was kind of like a, even when you think you're in a pretty safe area, you can always, there's always those people out there looking to take advantage. So stay tuned. Again, a special thanks to the patrons that support the channel. Without you, well, it wouldn't happen, or it wouldn't happen very well because I wouldn't be able to afford all the camera gear I keep buying. So thanks for that. Until next time, this is Craig and Janice wishing you safe cruising.
Pulling into the next Oakville. I almost forgot the name of the town. Next Oakville entrance. So that's the actual marina entrance there. Whoops. Jesus. Start over.
So now we were in Bronte, what is this place?
Weigh anchor and hoist the sail.